Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the Cosmic Creation 144. My name is Monse for those of you that are just watching me for the first time, and for those returning, like always, you're a real one. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for supporting the channel. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the like, comment, share, subscribe. And we're about to start a new Palo Santo and a new sage, okay? Because I'm telling you, I go through them. I go through them. I go through them. Alright, so let's get it going. There we go. That's what I love to see. There we go. Clean you, clean you, clean, clean, clean. So, the message today is kinda, I'm gonna say deep. Well, not kinda deep, it is deep. Very, very, very. I am going to be talking to somebody that might be thinking if the choices they made are correct. And they are. It is. Because you are not a product of your environment. You are not a product of your environment. It's good. I heard say it again. You are not a project of your environment. In whatever environment we're talking about, right? Either right now as an adult, what you just went through. Maybe the tower moment you had to lead that led you to the spiritual awakening that you're having at the moment. Or childhood. Maybe you had a toxic childhood environment. And that can mean so many different things, right? I just really want to clear because I feel like the message is going to be deep, you know? So I just don't want no... I just don't. I don't know. And I'm not going to lie, I love me some Palo Santo, right? And there's people who don't like Palo Santo and prefer sage. And there's people who don't like sage and prefer Palo Santo. And I use both, but I've always been a sage person. I like my sage. I rely a lot on my sage. Yeah, so you are not a project. A product. Sorry, project. Maybe you're working on a project and you might be thinking that because of your environment that you come from that you can never accomplish that project that you have in mind. Maybe you're thinking you've always wanted to be a singer, right? And you're thinking, hell no, I come from, you know, a background where, you know, my dad was very, he would always put me down, and my mom was always abusive verbally, or even though mentally abusive or narcissistic or controlling or this, that, and the other thing, just not supportive parents, right? So you deaded that dream from a young age. And now that you're on this spiritual awakening, God is here, 555. God is here to tell you that that dream is not dead. That project is not dead because you are not a product of your environment. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. I just felt nice inside. It's because before coming on to here, I asked Spirit what we were going to talk about. And I heard, you'll know when we get there. And we're here. And it's just coming to me. The words are just coming to me. So this is exactly that. Whatever. And that's why I think I said product or project. Sorry. I said project, or maybe you're inventing something. You're inventing something. You're creating something that nobody else has created. That's a product, right? Maybe you're into beauty and you're going to work, or you're an alchemist, right? And you create something, some form of like, I don't know, some type of cream that keeps, you know, that keeps you looking young. So you might be 50, but you look like you're 30. You know what I'm saying? That's you're an alchemist. You put a little bit of this, and again, it gives me witchy vibes. But that's just me, because I'm just into all that stuff. But you know, it's you are not a product of your environment. We all have a choice, and if we come from that environment, we can either sit down and play the victim. Oh, it's because my mommy didn't do this, and it's because my daddy didn't do this, and it's because my siblings and this and that. And we can sit there and throw like a pity party for ourselves, or we can say, fuck that. I'm not going to be like you, and I'm not going to be like you. I'm going to be like this. I'm going to be me. I'm going to be who I want to be. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to live my life the way I choose to live my life, not the way you guys are showing me that I'm supposed to live it. Sure, we're going to remove ourselves, right? But we're going to be left with all those childhood traumas. Again, here comes another choice. You can go through life with those childhood traumas and burden other people with it, or you yourself find the necessary help you need so you can move past those traumas. Excuse me, confirmation burp. Or again, you throw a pity party. Don't judge me, it's only 10. It's 10:16. So I'm gonna give you guys like a little story. I don't know why, but he just came into my mind, so I'm gonna share. Like I said I've said it on my channel before. I used to have a best friend, right? He had a very, 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 very rough upbringing. He was surrounded by domestic violence, domestic abuse, mental abuse, put downs, disrespect, all that. Okay. He's the only boy. His mom has 2 daughters and 1 son. He's the oldest. The one who was doing all of this was his father. So mom and dad finally separated, right? But he was left with all those traumas. It was kind of like he had to grow up at a very early age. And he always felt the need that he had to take care of, the women in his life, his two sisters and his mom. But since he never dealt with his trauma, he decided to turn his trauma into abusing alcohol and other drugs and things like that. So he was able to go into rehab and he was fine, but he went from the drugs to alcohol. When I met him, he was really heavy into the alcohol. I mean, the alcohol was his breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And just a little side note, we were a couple for about 4 years, up until obviously things changed and we just became friends, and we became best friends at that. But yeah, so his dad decided to come back into his life, make amends, try to fix what was already shattered into pieces. 11-11. And he wasn't having it. My friend, he wasn't having it. He held a fat ass grudge against him because he decided to be a product of his environment instead of separating and healing and moving forward with his life. And so when good things came into his life, he didn't know how to handle it. He always found a way to fuck it up. And I'm not saying I'm like, fucking hot shit walking, but I'm one of those. He always says that. He always used to tell me that he regrets this, that, and the other thing when we were in a relationship. But that's, it's whatever. Amongst other things he regrets doing while being under the influence or whatever, Because again, when the amazing things come into his life since 12-12, oh my God, every time I look up, it's a number. Since he didn't go in and did the healings, he didn't go inside and do the shadow work and, take the time to really work on himself, when something amazing came, it just wasn't going to last forever. It just wasn't going to last long, because that other person, even though that other person might not be healed, right? At the moment, like I said, I wasn't on a spiritual awakening. I had no idea nothing about that. But I've always been the person that I am. So even though I wasn't on the spiritual journey just yet, eventually I was going to get there, right? Because what's meant for you, it's meant for you, and nobody can take that away from you, no matter how hard they try. And again, God can let them play with it for a second, but they can never truly take it away. So what's meant for you, it's meant for you. And it doesn't matter where you come from or how you were raised or where you were raised, or if, you know what I'm saying? Like, none of that matters. Because at the end of the day, you're always still going to be on the path that God has for you. Period. 333. Jesus. So, and so now that his dad has come around and trying to fix things, and he's like, nah, fuck him, da. And what ended up happening was that his dad coming back, trying to fix their relationship, triggered everything in him. So he just started he just went off the wall, just drinking all the time. Lashing out at people. We stopped talking for months. He was disrespecting his mother. His mother came to my house crying like she didn't know what was going on with him, like he was losing his shit. And now, right, he worked so hard to get into the union. He got into the union. He worked so hard. He always had a dream of being a plumber. He got it. God gave it to him. God blessed him by being in the union, and then from moving to the union, waiting to get into the plumbing position or to the plumbing job, and he got it. And not only that, he's still still till right now as we speak, he's still going to school for the plumbing position. So he was really putting in the work for that. But as soon as he got it, what did he do? He fucked it up. He started drinking again, and then showing up to work drunk. And they forgave him once, and they told him that this was going to be the only one. For the next time, not to even show up. And what happened? He got fired. Because he's choosing to be a product of his environment. And so when I started my spiritual journey, we would talk about it a lot. But then I would notice that it was like, fuck, why you always gotta, and I was like, dude, calm, what is wrong? I didn't even realize it at the time. But what I was doing was, I was just like, I was targeting his demons. You know, those demons that he pushes down, that he doesn't want to face. All those childhood traumas are his demons that he does not want to face. He'd rather pretend that they're not there. So when the amazing things happen in his life, just as fast as he gets them, just as fast as he loses them. Because you have to put in the work. You have to put in the work. So you always have a choice. You always have a choice, but you are not a product of your environment. You don't have to be, but it's your choice whether you want to be or not. I chose not to be. I chose not to be. Me, even if I was living under a bridge with my child, I was going to live under that bridge with my child. I wasn't leaving my child at home with no food, or putting my kid down, or leaving the house and leaving my kid home alone all day like the so-called mother of mine would do with us. Because she would leave for like 3 days and we wouldn't eat for like 3 days sometimes. Because she would leave. And I always said that whenever I had kids, I would never do my kids like that. And I would always put my kids before myself. And maybe sometimes I have fucked up and I haven't. But one thing for sure is that I never drop my kids for somebody else. My kids are like the most important thing to me. So that's why for me, my goal was to never be like her. Regardless if she's my mom or if she's not my mom, whatever. My goal was that I was never going to be like her. And the farthest away from her I can be, even better. So that's what I did. I moved away. I grabbed my baby. My baby was a month old. And I grabbed my baby and I moved about like an hour away almost from where we were living at the time. And I left. It was just me and my baby. Nobody else. No mom, no dad, no baby daddy, no siblings, no aunt, no uncle, no dog, no cat, no nothing. Just me and my baby. My baby had my 100% full attention. But of course, right, you're a parent. Babies don't come with instructions that tell you how to raise them. This is what you're supposed to do. This is what you're supposed to feed them. This is what none of that. So, of course, a baby raising a baby, you're going to fumble the ball sometimes. But as long as you get right back on the horse and keep going, that's how you learn from your mistakes. Another thing would have been for me to fumble the ball and then just leave my baby high and dry. Right? But I didn't do that. So again, you do not have to be a product of your environment. No, you got to be willing to do the work. Don't sit there and throw yourself a little pity party. No, because it's no, your life is your responsibility, nobody else's. By the time you're old enough, like I said, I left my house when I was 15. At 15, what type of 15-year-old has responsibilities? But sometimes those are the choices that you have to make for yourself because you're like, fuck this. I don't want to live like this no more. I don't want to be here no more. I don't want to do this anymore. This is not me. I'm better than this. I know I deserve more. And you move away, regardless of where you go to. I've told you guys before that I've been homeless. I've slept in parks in San Francisco, couches of friends, as long as I didn't have to live under her roof. I would rather live on the street. And I know that nothing ever happened to me on the street because God was with me the whole time. Because he knew eventually I would be right here where I'm at this moment, talking to you and telling you now. He knew. That's why he didn't allow anything to happen to me. That's way too many. Don't wanna... It's masked, but it's in reverse. Again, you see, those are all those people. Put yourself where you go, right? Whatever people are for you. For me, obviously, it always goes back to the family that I grew up with. Yes, you're wounded. Yes. It's because I'm not saying it doesn't hurt or, but some people say like, oh my God, do the work. I have to do the work. I have to heal myself. I have to do it myself. And they're just like, whatever, I'll just sit here and take it. But no, you don't. It says wounded healer. People wound you, but you heal yourself. You have the power to do so. Holy, you have the power to do so. Look. Because from that comes this. And I just saw 222 and now 2222. Like, yeah, miracles come from that. By you deciding not to be a product of your environment, that's when God starts pouring in the miracles. Because like I said, I moved away with my child and I busted my ass day and night and I saved enough money to get us a little studio. It was a 1-bedroom studio. Me and him shared a bed. We had a little kitchen. We had a little living room. And it was more than enough for us at the time. And my son had everything and then some that he needed. Medusa, rage, but it's in reverse. When you're not a product of your environment, this goes to the story. I think that's why I had to share it, the story of my friend. Because since he didn't deal with his wounds from childhood, that's why he was always in rage. See how it says rage? Look at that. That was literally him. Anytime somebody would tell him anything, anytime anybody would say anything to him, it was like, rah, rah, rah. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, why are you so angry all the time now? Like, why are you so mad all the time? It's because you wear this. You put up a front. Like everything is good, like you're all good, like you're healed and, you're living life and life is amazing and life is great. But no, you're putting on one of these, and then when you start acting crazy, right, and you're in rage and everything, people are looking at you crazy because they're like, what the hell? Because they believe this facade. They believe that facade that you're putting up. They believe that front. Oh, well, they're always happy. What the hell? They're an alcoholic now? How did they go from being happy to being an alcoholic? Because they never were happy. It was a facade. It was a front. It's fake. And people also that are wounded tend to do that. And I'm one of those people. Faking the Funk was my middle name. The whole fucking world. I didn't even have enough for a sandwich. I always made sure my kid ate. But I didn't even have enough to fucking buy tampons. You know what I'm saying? But I was walking around like, you know, like nothing was bothering me. Like I was on top of the world. You know what I'm saying? So people that, excuse my nose is itching. People that don't deal with their wounds, childhood wounds or childhood traumas or upbringings and things like that, or any traumatic experiences that they don't deal with them, are the people that know just all too well how to put one of these on. Now it's time to speak up. Tell your truth. Speak your truth. Yes, you did this and this and this to me. And I forgive you. But I don't forgive you for you. I forgive you for me. And I release you. And I let you go. And that person never has to be in your life ever again. But by you doing that, by you cutting that cord, you cut it for your own mental, for your own peace of mind, for your own journey. No matter how hard it is. No matter how much you try to fight it. No matter how hard you try to resist. No matter how hard you want to say, yeah, they were this and they were that, but it's my mom, it's my dad, it's my sister, it's my brother, it's my husband, it's my wife. It's my son, it's my daughter. Because sometimes it's family and we don't even know why they're like that. In my case, you know, I'm finding out that mine is not, like, it's not blood family. You know what I'm saying? So then I can understand that now, why they're like that and I'm not. But if you do share bloodline with your family, right? If it is your mom, if it is your dad, if it is your mom, if it is your dad, if it is your sister, your brother, whatever, then it could be hard. If it's a son, a daughter, it could be hard. It is hard. But stop resistance. Stop it. Stop resisting it. I just said that. Don't resist it. Because it has to be done. It has to be done for you. It has to be done for you to continue on this journey that you're in right now. And you see, I always said it. Look how the tree is like wrapped around her. Like it doesn't want to let her go. But you know you have to. You have to cut those ties. You have to cut those cords. Anything that, anything that ties you to whoever it is. And you're going to know, right? Because everybody knows their own situation. I know who it is for me. Who is it for you? And it must be somebody that is really dear, near to your heart. And I said this before, somebody can benefit from going to the ocean with a sound bowl and meditating. I don't know why. And I'm seeing that in the card here where it says speak up. And look at all those hands back there. So maybe by you telling your truth, you're going to connect with other people as well. Or people are going to understand. Or people are going to say, yeah, that happened to me too, but with my dad. Oh, damn, that happened with me too, but with my husband, with my daughter, with my this, with my that. Because if you see there, like, it's many different like tones of hands, you know. So it's like you telling your story and connecting with a lot of different types of race. And these look like sound bowls to me, okay? Look. Those definitely look like sound bowls to me. And I got a message from Ochun the other day. I just need to get a little bit more clarity on that before I say it. So she came out in the reading yesterday too. So it says pleasure, but it was in reverse. So maybe right now you need to be alone. You know, stop looking for, and like, and I'm saying like all kinds of pleasure that can affect your mind, that can affect your mind state. You know, the smoking, drinking, if you smoke, if you drink, maybe cut back a little bit to kind of get your head clear so you can think more clearly on what it is that you need to do. Maybe stop it for a second and meditate more so you can get more of a clearer vision of what it is you need to do. Thank you. Vision of what it is you need to do, or how to go about it, or at least how to she's gonna wash it away. She's gonna clear it away. But you need to detach first. You need to detach first. Radical rebirth. I've been talking a lot about rebirth, dude. A lot about rebirth. And a lot about people that were in your past, that have been in your past, that no longer serve you. And maybe you're just having a hard time letting those people go because they really did mean something to you no matter what they did. It didn't matter what they did or how they treated you. And even if you recognized it, even if you realized it, even if you knew, I know my mom be doing this and that, but it's whatever. I'm still here. Again, for example, I have a younger brother who always says that about my mom. Bro, mom be tripping. Mom be doing this. Fuck that. Da, 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 da. Like, he be talking hella shit about her. They live together. I don't get it. But they live together. They live together. You know, he would always come to me crying about her. Like, complaining about her. But he's another one that also chooses to be a product of his environment. The unseen. Too much is hidden from you. Whoa. You see? Maybe this is the reason why you're being pushed now to really just let it go. Because maybe the moment you let it go, you're going to be revealed some truth that you don't even know about. You're going to be... how do I explain it? Okay. I'm going to use myself as an example. Like, for now, my mom, right? As far as she knows, I know that she's my mom, right? She doesn't know that I already know that she's not my mother. And I know this through my spirit guides. Okay? I know it through my spiritual guides. I know it because I've been shown it through meditation. In meditation. So that's how I know it. And I trust that. But she doesn't know that I know that. Right? So for me, this would be that. You know, the unseen. So much is hitting. Well, yeah, of course, right? Because Who is my real mom? Who is my real dad? Who are my real siblings? Do I have real siblings? Right? So all of that had to be very well orchestrated for me not to ever find out. I'm 41, or so I think I am. Right? But in the moment that I completely cut cords, all of that is going to come out. And I already did that. I did that a long time ago. And all I ask, every time I meditate, all I ask is for God to give me the strength that I need to deal with the truth. Because I know it's going to hurt. I don't doubt it's going to hurt. Ooh, my ear is ringing. I just got goosebumps. I know that she has been my number one enemy since I was a kid. And you add dark magic to that, spell work to that. So, it just amps it up even more. So I know that whatever the truth is, it's gonna break me. So I just ask God to always, for strength to be able to deal with it. Because regardless if I can handle it or not, I'm gonna have to deal with it. I can't just be like, oh man, that's what it is. All right, and pretend it doesn't exist. No, I have to face it. I have to face it. So maybe there is something here that you have yet to know. Because it's really dark. But I don't know if you saw, but there's an eye there. So you will find out. But as long as you still have a certain tie to those people or that person, you're never gonna know. Because they're not gonna tell you. The ones who are gonna reveal it to you are your spirit guides, are your ancestors. It's your angels. They're gonna be the ones to show you the truth. Dude. Okay. I'm getting... This is sounding like magic to me now. It says experiments, manipulation of nature, forcing change, cruelty in the pursuit of knowledge, arrogance. So this is definitely those people. And this seems like it could be you. And this was that person or those people, whatever resonates for you, right? That they were trying to overshadow you with manipulation and cruelty and forcing change. Forcing you to do things maybe that you didn't want to do, or making you do things that you didn't want to do. Because when we're kids, right, they're like, well, I'm the adult and you do what I say. And the whole time you're like, but I really don't want to do that. And if you speak up, I think that's why this is here. Because now they're telling you to speak up. Because maybe you didn't. When they were forcing you to maybe do things that you didn't want to do. When they would say something like, oh, well, I'm the adult. You listen to me. And you were like, well, I don't want to do that. I don't feel like doing that. In the pursuit of knowledge. It says cruelty in the pursuit of knowledge. Arrogance. Cruelty in the pursuit of knowledge. If you're on a spiritual awakening, these people probably knew that the whole time. That's why they were forcing change. For you not to be able to develop these gifts. For you to be able not to pursue knowledge. They would be cruel to you. So you wouldn't even be like motivated to fill yourself with any type of knowledge. And they were arrogant about it when you did have, like I said, maybe you had that dream, that project. and you had that project and you're like, oh, when I grow up, I'm going to be doing this, this, and this, and the other thing. I'm going to start finding out how to do it. What do you need? What are the tools you need? And da 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 da. And they were so fucking arrogant that they would be like, you can't do that. You're hella dumb. You're stupid. You're never going to be nothing. You're da 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 da. And boo doo 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 doo. And dee dee. You know what I'm saying? Like that. If I were you, I'd be like, they didn't win. You did. They did not win. Endurance. Keep going. Oh my God. I'm gonna cry. Keep going. No, hombre. Keep going. Is it focusing? I don't know if it's focusing. But it says keep going. Endurance. Keep going. That's why I just said this did not win. It did not win. You did. Because you didn't stop. You didn't allow this to stop you. That's why it's so important for you to cut those ties. It is so important for you to release these people. And this, I feel like there's another one right here, right? Look, and all the little fishies. And it's so crazy. I think I just said somebody needs to go to the water with some sound bowls. Look at her, how she's like with such force, just like, wah, wah, just swimming with such force, like. Reflection. What you contemplate can actualize. So that's what I'm saying again, that project. If you had a project when you were, I don't know, if you had a dream when you were like 7, and then when you were like 14, you thought about it again. And then when you were like 20, you're like, all right, I'm really about to do it. But you were still around these motherfuckers. Till afterwards, you were like, fuck it, dead. When she's gonna dead it, throw it in the trash. God picked it up from the trash and put it away. He's about to make you a miracle. Reflection. What you contemplate can actualize. Again, this is, look at, it's like looking in the mirror, right? Because even her foot is like almost just looking back at her. Kind of like, what do you want to be? What do you want to do? Who do you want to be? What kind of person do you want to be? What kind of parent do you want to be? What kind of wife do you want to be to somebody? What kind of husband do you want to be to somebody? Because whatever it is you want to do, it actualizes. Like, I think I said that in my video yesterday, that you can't, no, I think it was like 2 videos back, but you can pretty much alchemize anything negative into something amazing for you. For you. You have it. You have it. You have it. Because you are not a product of your environment. You chose to rise above that. You chose to do the work and make it happen. Sanctuary. Privacy, insulate, personal space, respected boundaries, and taboos. So, this is just what you want, right? You want people to respect you. You want people to respect your boundaries. You want people to not violate your personal space. You want people to inviolate your personal space, right? You don't want your personal space violated. You want it respected. That if no means no, and yes means yes, and you drop it. And if you don't like that, pues ni modo. Ni modo. You ain't gotta like it. You ain't gotta like it. You don't have to like it. I think right now you really need to take the time for you. I always say it, journal. Journal. I can't say it enough. Journal. Because you might be feeling that you go out and hang out with people. I think that's why pleasure's here backwards. Like, hang out with people that you really don't want to kick it with. Just so you won't be alone. Or just so you won't be bored. You know? Or just so, you know, the time goes by faster. The day goes by faster. You know? And you don't have to be home by yourself, alone. I suggested in my other video, you know, maybe if you don't have kids, maybe get a pet, any kind of pet, a dog, a cat, a fish, a bird, I don't know. But journal. My journals are literally right behind my phone. Because I sit here and I pour myself like my coffee and I'll make a video and then I'll journal, or I'll journal and then make a video. I'll meditate. Sometimes it's kind of hard to meditate with my kids because they be going off the walls, but mostly when my kids are like in school, I'll meditate in the morning and then I'll meditate again in the afternoon and then I'll meditate again at night. Like, the more I can meditate, the better. But sometimes it's just a little hard with my kids. Lost civilization. Find inspiration in collective vision and let the sanctuary of community guide your path. So here we are. This is the this is the community here. You, me, and others doing the exact same work. Everybody doing the exact same work here. This is the community here. Find guidance in that. When you can't be, sometimes, like I said, you know, we're not gonna freaking watch 100 tarot card readings and 100 energy videos and 100 this and 100, no, because that's just way too much, right? But sometimes when you're meditating, things like that, if you meditate and then maybe, let's say, an hour or two later, you go on YouTube and you watch a video, that video might just be a confirmation of what you might have saw in your meditation. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying don't watch videos or anything like that, because obviously this is the community. This is where you go to for like that confirmation on whatever it is your spirit guides are telling you. Because there's so many signs and synchronicities that pop up throughout the day that kind of give you like a confirmation for something. Like I said the other day, my son was leaving to work and I was like, oh, let me just go get groceries real quick. I'll be back in like an hour. And literally as soon as I left, I saw 444. Then I turned around and I saw 1444. Then I looked over there and it was 555, 777. Like back to back to back to back. And I mean, I see angel numbers now more often than not, but I've never seen them so, like, as everywhere I turned, I was watching them. I was seeing them, you know. So those are also confirmations, you know, that you are aligned with your angels and with God. You are aligned with your purpose. Forgive yourself and others, freeing yourself from the burdens of the past. I'm gonna cry again. And I think the coral is rebirth as well. There's a lot of rebirth talk in my past couple of videos, dude. Like, seriously. Don't give up. keep going. This is all you have to do. And I know it's hard. I know it's hard. Because no matter how much you know that they're not good for you, you love them. Trust me, I know. I felt like that about my husband for like a really long time. I knew that we weren't going anywhere. We weren't. And no, but I can make him change. No, but he will change. No, but I know he's going to love me more. He said he will. Oh, he said he was going to change. He said he was going to do better. But he never did. And not only that, after a while, I was like, well, I'm 41. I already lived my life, and my kids need their parents at home. So I'm just going to stick it out because I already lived my life, and my babies they don't need a broken home. In my mind, I'm thinking if I do it, I'm going to break up my family, and my kids are going to hate me. Right? That's what I'm thinking. So I'm just like, I'll just sit here and rot. Those were literally my words. And I'm never going to forget them because I have them written down in my journal. You know, so we think sometimes that the easiest thing is just to give up. And I think that's why this is here. And that's literally all it says. It says endurance. Keep going. Do not give up. Do not throw in the towel. No. You are so close. So close. You are not about to throw in the towel now after you put in so much hard work. And like I said, I know that it's hard to cut those cords because even though you know that they're not meant for you, you love them and it's hard. Sirens Serenade. Embrace the rhythm of life and let your movement flow with the currents of change. Everything is going to change once that happens. Everything is going to change once that happens. Those miracles are going to start coming in. Those blessings are going to start coming in. That abundance it's going to start coming in abundance in every aspect of your life. I'm not talking about money or material things. You can add that to it. Abundance in health. You know what I'm saying? Abundance if you have kids, with your kids, abundance with your kids and your health and prosperity, a more abundance in your spiritual awakening. You're going to continue to ascend. Okay? Seaweed, find beauty and vulnerability and let your resilience shine through life's changes. Okay? And I think, oh no, this was resistance. I'm sorry. So you're resilient. Like, you don't give up. You do not give up. You're a fighter. Okay, you have resilience. And I think this was in the video earlier too. You have resilience. Actually, I think so, because that was, I think, one of the characteristics of that king cobra that I talked about. You know, you don't throw in the towel. Or if that person thinks that you're down, nope, look again. She's up again. That's you. You're that person that, you know how in movies when they say, don't turn your back because they're crazy. Never give your back to them because they get right back up. That's you. It's like if they kicked you and they were down, they walked away. They should have looked back because you were already up in like a split second. Because you don't stay down for too long. You just kick the dust off and you keep going. You are that resilient. So your resilience shines through life's changes. So even though you might be resisting to this change, you do realize that it is mandatory for all this other stuff to come in. And don't be scared to speak up. Okay, because all this change, all this storm is for the new things to come in. Well, this was a beautiful reading. I do appreciate you guys being here. Don't forget to like, Charmant. Don't forget to share. I was gonna say share, but I said share and comment at the same time. Yeah, so share, comment, subscribe, like, do all that good stuff, and I will see you guys in the next one. Adios.